Hey there, my lovelies. Hello and welcome. It is Madeline here, coming to you from my favorite walking place. Happy weekend, or whenever you are watching this. I am here to share with you today what to do if your employer or school is saying that you have to get the thing in order to remain employed or attend that school. So this past week, I had my Make Americans Free Again meeting for my local group in my city. And this was the hot topic. This is what people are concerned about, is that this is what I'm hearing. My employer is saying I have to do this thing in order to keep my job, and the school is requiring this in order for my kids to go back to school or back to university. And they're distressed, as you can imagine, rightly so, right? This is scary, and right, all the headlines are saying that now these government agencies are mandating this for their employees. And a couple of weeks ago, I made a video about how the EEOC, which is the organization that is whose job it is to protect employees from discrimination and or a hostile workplace, that they said it was okay for these kinds of rules and regulations to be put into place by our employers and schools. Hey, Tony, good to see you, brother. So, and I explained then how that is not the case, okay? So, what to do if your employer, it's not easy, my friends, right? If your employer or school is saying you have to do the thing in order to keep experiencing the privileges of employment and or higher or even secondary education. So, first of all, it's not going to be easy, but it's necessary at this point, and that is stand up for your rights. But let me back up a little bit. Before you can even stand up for your rights, you need to know what your rights are. So let me preface that by saying that the headlines, right, what you're seeing in the headlines, that's not law. Okay, I have a friend of mine who works in a professional office, and the people who run that office implement company policy based on what they read in the headlines. That is not law, right? So again, remember, headlines are sensational to get you to read the story, but they're not law. And what is the law? The law is on your side, and you must know what the law is in your state and what the US law. And I'm going to share the law that protects you from these mandatory requirements, okay? It's called the Constitution of the United States, okay? This is the law of the land, and I believe it was divinely inspired, okay? Because remember, the government and the Constitution does not give us our rights. These are our rights, our human rights are our God-given and inalienable rights, okay? And the Constitution protects them, right? We're so blessed to live in the amazing United States of America. And I'm thinking of my friends who are not in this country, right? We lead the way for the rest of the world. So I can appreciate the importance of what's going on in the United States of America. So the Constitution does not give us our rights. It just states what those God-given rights are. And it's the government's job to protect these rights, okay? Government didn't give us our rights, nor can they take them away. It's the government's job to protect these rights. And that bears repeating. And it's our job to remind them that they work for us, okay? So here's how we are protected. Here's the law of the land that says you do not need to put a biological agent into your body in order to go to work, go to school, go to a concert, go to a restaurant, buy groceries, all the things, right? Because that's coming. That's not here yet, but that's coming, my friend, okay? That train has left the station and it is moving full speed ahead, right? So now our remedy is know our rights, and secondly, stand up for them. And thirdly, what I'm going to share is most important and most powerful. But first, let me read the Fourth Amendment to you of the United States Constitution, which protects our rights, right? We do not have to justify what our medical history is to anyone according to the Fourth Amendment of the Constitution, which reads as follows. Okay, the Fourth Amendment, the right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, and papers and effects, right? Against unreasonable searches and seizures, right? Our forefathers thought of all the things, right? Secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrants shall issue upon probable cause supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or thing to be seized, right? So that means that people cannot ask you for papers. People cannot say, can I see your papers that say you've gotten the thing, okay? Fourth Amendment of the Constitution. And since the criminals in charge are blatantly violating this right, and now they are trying to implement legislation that violates this right. Our forefathers thought of that too, my lovelies. Okay, let me read the 14th Amendment of the United States Constitution to you. One moment, please. They were so brilliant, and they're rolling over in their graves. I know. The 14th Amendment of the United States. All persons born or naturalized in the United States, blah, blah, blah. So all of us, blessed Americans, no state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States. There you have it, my friends. Nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, to any person within its jurisdiction, the equal protection of the laws. Okay, so there you have it. Fourth Amendment, in a nutshell, protects our privacy. And the 14th Amendment says, don't think about trying to legislate taking our rights away, because you can't do it. We got that covered in the Constitution. I invite you to get a copy of your own constitutions and read it, study it, get familiar with it, right? Because that's the first step in standing up for your rights, right? In preserving your rights is, first of all, we need to know what they are. Second of all, you need to stand up, right? And articulate what they are to others. So, and you need to be able to do this calmly, respectfully in order for it to be effective. So, first of all, know what they are and get a copy of the Constitution. You can get the Heritage Foundation for $1. We'll send you a copy of a nice little pocket copy of the United States Constitution. TheHealthyAmerican.org, all one word. TheHealthyAmerican.org has a vast amount of free resources about all of these things, okay? About what the law is that is protecting us, that the laws are that are protecting us against the tyranny that's going on in our world, specifically in the United States right now. And she can provide you with a copy, Peggy Hall can provide you with a copy of the states, the laws in your state for $10, I believe. And she can also help you get religious and medical exemptions for a fee. And I don't know what those fees are. The last time I looked, they were not a lot, but with the school year approaching and everyone's scrambling now, want to know what their rights are, I would invite you to reach out to thehealthyamerican.org sooner than later. Okay, so then know your rights. Then stand up for them, articulate them to whoever is trying to violate them, right? So in this video, we're talking about employers and institutions of education. Okay, calmly, coolly, and respectfully. Okay, assume that the employer is ignorant of the law. The law that I just read to you. So I'm in Massachusetts, and my state constitution, the Massachusetts state constitution, there is very similar language to this in our constitution. Yet our criminal in the state house is, has been violating those rights for about 16 months now. Why? Because we let them. Okay, it's up to us to stand up and demand, respectfully, right? Demand that my rights be honored at the state level, local level, individual level, national level. So assume that your employer doesn't know any better. Ask them for, where is the law that says that you can do this, right? The Constitution, my state law says that you cannot, right? At a minimum, like I talked about in my last video, at a minimum, your employer or an institution must require a religious or must honor, make reasonable accommodation to honor a religious or medical accommodation. Religious is easier. I've done videos on that as well, as has the healthyamerican.org. They're very organized in that website. I highly recommend that you check that out if you're in a situation where, you know, you need to defend your rights. And okay, so assume they don't know. You need to educate yourself, and you need to be able to communicate and articulate and stick up for yourself and your rights calmly, coolly, effective, respectfully, in order for it to be effective. Okay, so I know that fortunately I'm self-employed. I don't have these issues, but I've been dealing with tyranny in, you know, in the world, right? At restaurants and grocery stores and in public places. So I know firsthand, and I can appreciate that when you are confronted, your body, right, when there is conflict, confrontation, and oftentimes, you know, acoustically so, that your body goes into a nervous response. It goes into stress response. So we need to learn techniques in order to mitigate that, right? So this is where meditation and prayer comes in. That's like the basic scientific stuff, like meditation and a prayer practice is going to, so meditation specifically is going to allow you a regular meditation practice that you do every day. And I'm going to give you a free resource on how to learn how to do that or restart your practice if you started and stopped at another time. So one of the many benefits of meditation is that it brings us to that calm place inside, right? It'll expand our awareness. It'll give us the ability to step back from whatever the situation is, especially a heated situation, and be able to step back, take a breath, and be able to formulate your thoughts so you can respond effectively, as opposed to that knee-jerk reaction of defense, right? Of defensive and protecting myself, right? And I hear you. We need to defend ourselves now, right? We need to defend our rights and stand up for our rights because things are way out of control. And we need to be able to do it effectively, calmly, coolly, right? And a daily meditation practice is going to give you the ability to do that. I promise, if you do it every day. Okay, so I'm going to put in the link hey Merritt, good to see you, gorgeous. I'm going to put in the comments below a link to my free meditation masterclass, my meditation starter kit, which includes a meditation masterclass led by me and a beautiful PDF document that summarizes that class that I wrote for you. So I'll put that in the comments in a little bit. The other thing, right, and the more powerful thing, all the things that meditation does is super powerful. That meditation will do for you is going to allow you to feel or know that what I'm about to say is true, and that is that everything's going to be okay. Oh, Merritt, good to see you. Everything's going to be okay. I know that things are tough, that things are scary. Maybe you feel like, oh my goodness, I'm going to lose my job, or I don't want my kids to be home all day. I heard at my health freedom meeting the other day, or is my kid not going to finish their college education, or is my kid going to get the thing because they don't want to submit to peer pressure? That is stressful. It's scary. It's causing strife. I can feel the strife of those around me. And full disclosure, I'm blessed. I'm self-employed. My child is an adult, and I don't have to deal with any of these factors. But I'm happy to help you deal with the spiritual factors, right? The health factors, right? Regular meditation practice is going to help you stay calm, cool, collected. Is going to help you return. We've been in stress response for the past 16 months. And if you were in stress response before, BC, we'll call it, right? If you were in new BC, if you were in stress response before BC, in BC, AC just put it through the roof. I know. So meditation helps our nervous system return back to homeostasis or normal and it's connecting us to God or spirit, the divine, the universe, whatever word you like, and can help us remember, know that everything's going to be okay, that even though it may look like things are going to hell in a handbasket right now, that the universe has our back. God has got us, and it's going to be okay. Whatever happens in the coming months, and I believe, I'm feeling that it's going to get worse before it gets better. I hope I'm wrong, but that's what's coming up for me, is that it's going to get worse before it gets better. So I'm doubling down on my connection to God and spirit. I'm amping up my meditation practice. I'm amping up my prayer practice. I'm amping up my connection to like-minded individuals, and which is why I lead Make Americans Free Again group, which is why I lead, like meditation and emotional healing masterminds. If you're interested in any of that, send me a private message. And if you're interested in the meditation starter kit, my free meditation starter kit, I'm going to put that in the comments below in just a few minutes, or in a little bit. Okay. So what to do if your employer or school, I'm going to just wrap it up, summarize and wrap it up really quick. What to do if your employer or school is saying you have to do the thing. Know your rights. Stand up for your rights. Pray, meditate. Okay. If you want to learn how to meditate or restart your meditation practice, I'm going to put a link to my free meditation starter kit in the comments below. I hope this serves you, my loves, and I will look forward to seeing you again soon in the next video. And until then, I'll see you in the gap. Namaste. Be blessed. Mwah.